In Dragon Ball Super episode 122, Goku and Vegeta took on Jiren and were having a very tough time, although when Goku took a flurry of attacks from Jiren, knocking him away, Vegeta was on the ground taking notice. Now Piccolo said that this was because Vegeta was watching and learning Jiren's attacks just like a true fighter would. However, there is also something more happening to Vegeta in this fight. He was clearly getting far stronger during the battle, as acknowledged by Goku and Belmod when he was charging up his final flash. And it appears that we are at the beginning stages of a new form for Vegeta. One possibly that may not be Ultra Instinct itself, but something new entirely altogether. Some sort of evolution of Super Saiyan Blue is coming out of Vegeta that may or may not have Ultra Instinct involved in it. Now we did get this end preview picture which shows a kind of different looking Vegeta, but it's blue and it has pupils. Now this seems like it will be very resemblant of perfected Super Saiyan Blue as we saw out of the manga. However, that is only manga specific, but for the anime, if they want to, they could revise perfected Super Saiyan Blue and give it to Vegeta. Now, his power in Blue seems to be way stronger than Goku's in Blue, and although Goku has a 20 times Kaioken, Vegeta was still able to stand up to Jiren a decent amount. It was actually very surprising to the audience to see Vegeta just in Super Saiyan Blue dodging and inflicting attacks on Jiren. Now, Vegeta also stated to Jiren, "What's wrong with you? You were much stronger when you fought Goku." Now, they didn't explain that at all. It could have just been that Jiren was holding back, but he did definitely seem to be surprised and even struggling a little bit with Vegeta. So was he holding back, or was he actually taking some damage from Vegeta because he was tired from all the tournaments so far? Maybe we'll get some more details about that. Maybe it's simply just that Vegeta is getting stronger in this fight and he doesn't even realize it, so Jiren may even essentially seem a little weaker. But at the end of the day, Vegeta still took a huge L and was badly injured by Jiren. Not badly enough that he couldn't just stand right back up and go back into Super Saiyan Blue, which he's gonna do in the next episode. But during this episode in particular, Goku and Vegeta seem to be doing much better in just Super Saiyan Blue than they were before. So have they powered up? Has Jiren powered down? Or what exactly is going on? I think we're gonna start finding out more and more in the next few coming episodes. This episode in particular had unbelievable art and animation. It was unfortunately very short of an episode. I think it was even under 20 minutes, but boy, did they spoil us with some awesome animation and some incredible drawings from Yuya Takahashi and the rest of the crew over at Toei. We got to see how some of these other fights are developing, starting off here with Frieza. Now, Frieza actually looked like he was losing this fight, but yet he has not yet gone golden form with full power and everything like that. And when he does, I'm sure that he's going to absolutely crush Dispo. But for now, it was almost satisfying to see Frieza's face get pushed into the rocks and hear him scream like that and get thrown around by his tail. I mean, I'm starting to like Frieza's character a lot in the Tournament of Power because we need someone like him who's almost cruel and doesn't hold back. But at the same time, it was still really nice to see this villainous Frieza get hurt a little bit. I mean, it's always nice to see Frieza get his butt kicked. I have a feeling that this episode will be Dispo's probably his only episode of glory, because once Frieza goes into golden form, Dispo's not going to stand a chance, and I'm thinking that maybe Toppo might have to interject, or even Jiren. Somehow somebody is going to have to help Dispo, because once Frieza goes golden, you know, obviously he gets this huge, like, monstrous leap in power, and Dispo is not going to be able to keep up with that. I mean, honestly, I'm a little surprised that he's even able to keep up with Frieza's base form, but that could just be because of story and they're trying to keep the fight exciting. Then we jump to the Gohan vs Toppo fight, which seems like another amazing fight here. By the way, did you guys hear Toppo's laugh? It was cracking me up. In this battle between Gohan, Toppo, and Android 17, Toppo took several blasts, but they did absolutely nothing, and Gohan was pretty much on the ropes here, on the run. I mean, he wasn't taking any severe battle damage or anything like that. Right now, they're kind of still in the smack-talking phase, but the fact that Toppo took a Kamehameha to the face and it did nothing was very, very surprising. By the way, the animation on this Kamehameha could be one of my favorite animations of the entire episode. I mean, you can really feel Gohan's arms stretching out as he launches that Kamehameha at Toppo. I mean, really, really, really solid, amazing animation there. And then Toppo bursts out of the smoke like a ballerina or something like that. And then he gives one of the most sadistic rape faces I think I've ever seen in anime. This picture deserves to be memed over and over and over again. Kenzairo, get on that. Another really thrilling fight between these two. Again, can't wait to see this progress as we're going to see in episode 125. And they've really set up a really, really solid finals here in the Tournament of Power. I gotta hand it to the writers. How they ended up in this scenario is pretty much perfect. Jumping back to Vegeta in this episode as he begins the final flash, people were saying that, oh, it's because Vegeta's pride was bruised, you really pissed him off, and you know, now he's gonna get this huge power boost. Anytime you kind of tick off Vegeta, push the Goku button, or damage his pride, he definitely goes a little enraged, and I guess he did here in this situation, but he said something very interesting in that Kakarot can have his Ultra Instinct. So I don't know if Vegeta has given up on trying to obtain Ultra Instinct, and he's just like, enough, I'm gonna do this my own way. So it looks like Vegeta will not be getting Ultra Instinct, but maybe he will be getting some kind of combination of Ultra Instinct and Blue, something that's going to be more befitting of Vegeta, and he will be evolving in the next few episodes, especially the next episode. We're supposed to see some power beyond even Super Saiyan Blue come out of Vegeta, which is extremely, extremely exciting. Right now, I think we have only grazed the surface for Vegeta, so they will explain more and more about it over the next few episodes. By the way, this animation of the clouds is something like I've never seen. How smooth and flowing this smoke is, it's just like, it's so mesmerizing to watch. I absolutely love this scene. I just had to point it out for the art and animation's sake, that something like this is just a complete masterpiece. These are the kind of scenes that really increase my level of respect for Toei and for the artists in general, because it's only on the screen for like a second or two, but the amount of work that goes into all of these frames in order to give that super fluid movement is a ton of work. So you gotta hand it to them and appreciate that level of effort for a very, very short scene that they'll probably never use again. Well, knowing Dragon Ball Super, they might use it again. Hopefully they do. So Vegeta blasts Jiren away with this final flash, and he sees Jiren laying on the ground, and he's getting super cocky because he thinks that Jiren's completely effed up after Vegeta's blast. But unfortunately, that smile, that really nice animation of Vegeta's happiness is so short-lived, because as he looks forward again, Jiren has disappeared, and he's actually right in front of Vegeta and hits him with this massive energy blast. I really wish they would have given, or at least Jiren would have given this blast a name, because it looked unique, it looked freaking cool as heck, and it really just did so much damage to Vegeta. I mean, Jiren hasn't named any of his attacks. Like every other character, Toppo, everybody has some kind of name for their attack, but Jiren's just too cool for names, I guess. When you're so strong that you don't even need to name your attacks. I don't know how Vegeta was even able to survive this, to be honest. I mean, something like that should have just melted his insides or something, you know? The power coming from Jiren there is ridiculous. And of course, Jiren can't kill anybody because of the Tournament of Power rules, and he does a pretty good job of, you know, taking out Vegeta for the most part, but he didn't do that good of a job because Vegeta's gonna get right back up in the next episode. As we've seen from previous episodes of the Tournament of Power, like when Frost was fighting Roshi, you know, sometimes these characters, they have to lower their damage, they have to lower their power so they don't kill people, and that can be their downfall. Now Vegeta is laying on the ground, his eyes are gray. Is this a symbolism for Ultra Instinct or for something else? I believe it is so. Now I believe that they did the art this way simply to show that Vegeta is near the brink of death. Not the eyes being gray isn't what piques my interest. What piques my interest is the fact that Vegeta is near death. and we know in order to obtain Ultra Instinct, this is basically exactly what you need. You need to be pushed fully to your limits, and you need to basically like lose and almost die, and that is where Vegeta is at this current stage, meaning that he should be open or getting close to achieving Ultra Instinct or whatever his new form is. There's only 8 minutes left, guys, in the Tournament of Power, probably 8 more episodes, and then we get this new end credits. Nothing special about the end credits in my opinion, but this picture of Goku and Vegeta raised a ton of eyebrows. So Vegeta is obviously and definitely getting something here. Is his hair different? I don't really think his hair is different. I think he just has pupils. I think he's like kind of awakening Ultra Instinct, and he's also evolving Super Saiyan Blue. I don't think Vegeta is going to get Ultra Instinct in this arc. I think he's kind of just like tapped into it a little bit or something like that, and that's kind of the feel that I'm getting. That's why he has a pupil but none of the silver. We'll find out next week as Vegeta goes beyond Super Saiyan Blue, and we got spoilers for episode 126. If you guys don't want to hear, turn away now. Vegeta will be surpassing even gods with a life-risking attack, so he's definitely getting some sort of buff, and as Vegeta fans, we can rejoice for a change that Vegeta has gotten a little moment here in episode 122, and he should be getting more moments coming up in the Tournament of Power. Finally, they're giving some focus to Vegeta, and fans are absolutely loving it. I definitely am. That's my review, guys, for episode 122. Fantastic episode. Wish it was a little bit longer, but hey, that concrete, amazing animation and art takes a long time to do, and the more time you invest in little animations like that, you know, it's going to take away from extending the episode because the artists are busy doing these very complicated, high detail scenes. So you completely forgiven there. I love this episode, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And I'm going to have a ton of videos coming out this week, ladies and gentlemen, because there's so much to talk about after this episode and after all these spoilers we've gotten. Things are getting so exciting in the Tournament of Power, and I'm glad that I can enjoy this with you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by Mastar Media today, and I'll be talking to you tomorrow.